Sa free space.
No.
And now for our feature presentation.
Okay, everyone, welcome to my 9th game of Jeopardy for the NES, in which at this point I've won myself $247,600. Will I win more? Let's find out. As I'm being joined by Steve K. Oh yeah! Here we go. Game 9, so we do hard difficulty. Character. We have Glenn and Beryl with us. Let's play Jeopardy. Alright. Arizona, comics at home, fish, one name only, famous forceps, and com on. Com for, in quotation marks, Arizona 100. Famous for their beautiful blankets, this is the largest Indian tribe in Arizona. Who are the Navajo? Oops. I'll take Arizona for 200. So far, I've won $247,600 in 8 games. While some think this former senior senator glitters, others all think he's all wet. Who is Barry Goldwater? There we go. Arizona for 300. Besides carving the Grand Canyon, this river gave its name to one of Arizona's neighboring states. What is the Colorado River? The Colorado. Yeah, the controls don't feel right on this controller. I'm gonna get a new controller real fast because this one's just not doing me any good. 1 second, folks. Control's too slow on this. Here we go. This one will be more likely. There we go. In it goes. That's more like it. Arizona 400. That's better. Over half of U.S.'s supply of this metal uses middle layer of our silver coins. Comes from Arizona. What is copper? Yep. Arizona for 500. When Arizona was admitted to the Union, our flag then had this many stars. What is 48? Yeah, well done in Arizona. I'll take comics at home for 100. Superman's original home planet. What is Krypton? Comics at home for 200. This red-headed, wide-eyed orphan grew up in Simmons Corners. Red-headed, wide-eyed orphan grew up in Simmons Corners. Who is Annie? Comics at home for 300. The perennial teenagers of this comic book series attend Riverdale High. But what is Archie? Comics at home for 400. Comic strip set in Georgia's Okefenokee Swamp. Okefenokee Swamp. Pogo. Pogo. Comics for 500. Comics at home for 500. Country of birth of Uncle Scrooge McDuck. What is Scotland? it is. I'll take fish for 100. Of perch, tuna, or swordfish, the one that's a freshwater fish. What is tuna? It's not tuna. Down to 2,500. Perch. Okay. Fish for 200. A man swims 5 miles per hour, only 1 mile per hour faster than his popular pet fish. What is a goldfish? Fish for 300. I like fish. It's the term for a fish's external overlapping bony plates. Barrel. Scales. $300 barrel. Fish for 500. It spawns at night on sandy beaches and by law can only be caught by hand. We're looking for a grunion. Grunion. Famous foursomes 100. Where you'll find hearts, spades, clubs, and diamonds. What is a card? What is a deck of cards? Yep. Famous foursomes for 200. In films, the Marx Brothers were Groucho, Chico, Harper, and sometimes him. Who is, Beppo? Or wait, no. What is Zeppo? Who is Zeppo? There we go, I'm glad I changed my answer. Famous foursomes for 300. Porthos, Athos, Artemis, and D'Artagnan. Who are the 4 musketeers? Famous foursomes 400. It is the only point in the U.S. common to 4 state boundaries. What is... What is 4 corners? There we go. Famous foursomes for 500. Louisa May Alcott's novel family included Meg, Jo, Beth, and Amy. What is Little Women? Who are Little Women? Yep. I'll take fish for 400. Varieties of this whiskered fish include channel and bullhead. Glen. A catfish. Yep. Come on for 100. What members of the Communist Party call each other? What are comrades? What is comrade? Come on for 200. The opposite of tragedy. What is comedy? Come on for 300. One kind helps you to draw circles, the other keeps you from going around in them. What is a compass? Come on for 400. In a Peanuts comic strip, what Lucy is doing when she's being a fuss budget. What is complaining? Come on for 500. The day of conferring scholastic degrees. What is commencement? One name only for 100. Fashion doll, model doll whose boyfriend is named Ken. Who is Barbie? Barbie. 200. Glittery pianist who spent over 40 years in show business. Who is Liberace? $300. Daily double. I'm gonna bet it all. This rock and roll superstar hails from Minneapolis. Who is Prince? I was gonna say Elvis, but I'm like, no, he's not from there. It was Prince. The artist formerly known as Prince. Double my money. 400. Red-headed singer-dancer who said bye-bye birdie, then went to Las Vegas. Who is, Anne-Marie? Or Anne-Margaret? Yeah, she's the one. Last clue. Israeli star of Fiddler on the Roof. Beryl. Topol. So at the end of the Jeopardy round, Beryl has 800, Glenn 400, and I'm in the lead with 12,400. All over $250,000 in my run. We're gonna start things off with food for 400. We owe its discovery in 1668 to a Benedictine monk named Dom Perignon. What is champagne? After I put that in, we're gonna have to stop because camera's low on battery. Okay, so I'm at 12,800. Let's take a brief commercial break so that way I can switch out the batteries really fast, and we'll finish up this game right after this. Stay with us. Okay, folks, we're back. I got some fresh new batteries in the camera. Let's keep this game going with food for 200. It's called yakimono in Japan when broiled, sashimi when served raw. What is fish? Food for 600. Name of this Mexican classic actually means covered with or flavored with chili. What is an enchilada? Food for 800. When spooned onto desserts in Vienna, it's called Schlag. What is whipped cream? Food for 1,000. Introduced by Romans who broke them over heads of brides. What are wedding cakes? Alright. Let's go to composers for 200. Austrian prodigy who at age 14 could write whole symphonic scores from memory. Who's Mozart? Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Composers for 400. Broadway great who wrote There's No Business Like Show Business and White Christmas. Who is Irving Berlin? Okay. Composers for 600. Zany TV show host who didn't get gonged when he wrote Palisades Park. Who is Chuck Barris? Composers for 800. Daily double. I'm feeling good. I'm betting it all. Brass instrument named after patriotic composer called the March King. What is a sousaphone? $33,200. As we close out the category. France said he was initially repulsed by George Sand, finding her dumpy. Who is Chopin? Frederick Chopin. Well done in that category. 2 full categories knocked in the head. American cities for 200. Tennessee town of choo-choo fame. What is Chattanooga? American cities for 400, please. It's called the Mile High City. What is Denver? Which is the capital of Colorado. American cities for 600. The home of the bean and the cod. What is Boston? American cities for 800. Carl Sandburg called it the hog butcher to the world. What is Chicago? American cities for 1,000. In Music Man, Harold Hill sings a tribute to this, his Indiana hometown. What is Gary? 3 full categories I've completed with no problems. All 4s for 200. Card game for which 3 players always seem in need of the 4th. What is bridge? Uh-huh. All 4s for 400. He calls the signals in football. Who is the quarterback? Wow, could I run this entire Double Jeopardy round? Find out in a little bit. All 4s for 600, please. This youth club name stands for Head, Hands, Health, and Heart. Head, Heart, Hands, and Health. What is 4-H Club? All 4s for 800. And a typical plant of the genus Trifolium. What is a 4-leaf clover? That's correct. All 4s for 1,000. Word for a poetic stanza of 4 lines. What is a quatrain? Four full categories knocked in the head. Friends for 200. The neighbors you always feel obliged to keep up with. Who are the Joneses? Well on my way to running the entire Double Jeopardy round. Friends for 400. In comics, he's Jeff's best friend, who is Muttley. He's the one. Friends for 600. Caesar's friend and betrayer, who is Brutus. Wow. Friends for 800. The soundtrack to the Obscure Friends was written by this British superstar, who is Elton John. I'm leaving the poor computer players in the dust right now. Friends for 1,000. The other Daily Double. All of it. Gunslinger played by Alan Ladd, who became Joey Starrett's very best friend. Who is... Oh, I know this. Oh, I'm trying to remember. Who was it? Who was it? Shane, that's right, I forgot. Shane. It just now dawned on me, and I got it right. 5 full categories I've knocked in the head. Tell you this, Steve, I'm leaving those poor computer players in the dust.
Nice.
Round, round, get around, I get around. For 200. Transportation used by Mary Poppins to get from one job to another. What is an umbrella? $400. I was just saving some parts to a video, by the way. It's not gonna go. One who has failed to understand or accomplish something has missed this. What is the boat? 600. Late singer whose Cadillac was painted with diamond dust. Ooh, it's Elvis. 800. Eskimo vehicle spelt the same forwards and backwards. What is a kayak? If I get the last clue right, then I'll have ran the entire double Jeopardy round. Last clue. Bird ridden around by Niven and around the world in 80 days. And this will be the first time I've completed the double Jeopardy round all by myself. What is an ostrich? Glenn still has 400, Beryl still has 800, while I have a runaway lead with $87,400. Yeah, I know. Category is landmarks. I'm gonna go for 12,600 on this clue. No, wait, no. I'm gonna go for... I'll go for 12,000. No, 13,600. 200 only for Glenn. It's a runaway game no matter what happens. Here we go. This former British landmark now stands in Lake Havasu, Arizona. What is London Bridge? I got it right. And altogether, I end up with $101,000. Bringing me up to $348,600 in 9 games. Over $100,000. See you all for Game 10 in my next video coming soon.